Our next guest is Emmy-winning actor Luke Kirby. He stars in the brand new Prime Video series Étoile, which takes us inside the high-stakes, high-drama world of ballet. It follows the dancers and artistic directors of two longtime ballet companies as they swap their top stars in a last-ditch effort to save their institutions. Take a look.
Slow down!
You need a pass, miss.
She's with me, Mike. I called you. I left messages. Do you need anything? Is a seat on the plane? Okay, was there anything in the paperwork that was confusing? And I got nothing. No answer at all.
Sometimes no answer is your answer.
No text, no smoke signals. It's like I lit the beacons of Gondor, and then Rohan went, oh, that's pretty, and then went back to gardening.
Luke Kirby joins us. Good morning.
Morning. Good morning. Thanks for having me.
So I love, this New York-Paris connection, and you really dove into the world of ballet, which I understand from people who are in that world, they say it ballet and not ballet, right? That's what I've heard. But you took ballet lessons to prepare for this.
I did. I don't play a dancer, but I wanted to sort of have a better understanding of, how somebody who lives in that world observes a dancer and speaks about a dancer. And so I took some classes.
Why did you want to play this role?
Because I wanted to be a dancer. I wanted to find an excuse to take ballet lessons. Amy and Dan, I've worked with on Mrs. Maisel, and so any time they call, I'm at the ready. But I found Jack's appeal was in his his clear drive. He's a very confident guy. He can be brutal in his honesty, but I think we all appreciate those kinds of characters. They say things that maybe we're a little too afraid to say. And I think within him, there's sort of this, a broken little boy, which, some people can relate to. Not really, but,
Right.
I might be able to.
Lies within us all.
Yes, exactly. What I love about this, and I've seen the sort of the interviews you've given around this project, is you call this a love letter to artists. And my 2-year-old daughter is intrigued by ballet, so we keep saying to her that we're going to start her in ballet classes. Why do you think it's important for this generation to gain an appreciation of the arts, especially ballet?
Well, I think the arts allow people to express themselves in a way that, words can't always suffice. Dance gives the body a way to kind of move in a new language, and it's expressive, and it gets you out in the world, and it gets you with people. There's sort of, there's a carnality to it that I worry that children are missing out on just because of the, quickening that we're in this digital realm and kidfluencers. My hope is that kids would, want to be out in the world with each other and exploring their, expressivity. And, that's what I did. I pursued acting from a young age, not so much in a commercial sense, but just because I wanted somewhere to be with people doing something fun and adventurous within the imagination.
And was classic dance in your world before this? Were you into ballet? Do you have a new appreciation for it? Anything that you learned that surprised you?
I do have a new appreciation. I always had an affection for dance. I sort of always felt like I was in its orbit. I have a cousin who's a ballet dancer. My mother grew up in New York and took classes at Alvin Ailey and talks about, her, this dream that,
That she's still perhaps pursuing.
Maybe. So I sort of always felt in proximity, but never was exploring it. This really has given me a new window and appreciation into it. It's a very, it's a beautiful art form, and the dedication that these dancers have. We have a team of dancers on our show that are just incredible, and that dedication is inspiring.
You mentioned Amy and Dan Palladino. Of course, you played Lenny Bruce in The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. You were fantastic in that role. We were talking a little bit earlier about what drew you to the role and how you made it your own.
I knew Lenny Bruce as a teenager. I'd sort of found him through books and, from the movie Lenny with Dustin Hoffman. And when I was young, I thought, oh, maybe one day I'd get to play him. And then that sort of dream went away, and then out of the blue, I got this audition to play him, and it turned out to be this really great adventure.
Amazing.
I'm glad it worked out
Luke,
so well.
thank you so much for being here. Étoile is available to stream on Prime Video.